Bronx at Neuma's Art Gallery, and we're having a big exhibition here, and we have Kay Reese here will tell us more about this exhibition here today. Kay Reese, can you tell us more about this exhibition here today, please?
Certainly, I'd love to. The exhibition is called Pulse because the artists seem to have their fingers on the pulse of what's happening today. Moses Ross is one of the featured painters. He has created a character called Pi, and Pi speaks to the economics of today and the anxiety that we're all facing, and the kinds of attitudes and values that got us in where we are today. So I think he's very current. Louis Pagan, who's a fabulous painter, his work has such tremendous energy. It's very interesting. He's very colorful and intense, as I said, and very mysterious. And I think he speaks to a kind of emotional wellspring that is within us as people. And we have Alejandro Delfin, who is a master printmaker from the Hunts Point area. Her work is just very sensitive, very colorful, very meditative. She deals with, I guess, her culture from Latin America, from Peru. And it's just an exciting exhibition, I think, and I'm glad to have them here.
Is this one of your first exhibitions here in the Bronx, or do you have any other exhibitions or other venues where you have done this at?
Okay, this is the second exhibition that Neumaa has mounted. We had an exhibition last October, November, in which Louis and Moses both participated. We had about 7 or 8 artists in that exhibition.
We have Moses right here, right?
We have Moses right here, and people responded to their work so well that I thought I really wanted to give them an opportunity to expand. Because very often when you have group shows, an artist maybe has 1 or 2 pieces in the show. And I really wanted them to have the full breadth of experience, to really show what they could do, to exhibit and have people respond to their work. And that's what the gallery's for.
We want to thank you on behalf of Latin Impulse Magazine, Emerging Artists USA. Can you introduce us to this gentleman right here?
Moses Ross.
Hello.
One of my premier painters, artists, and he has a wealth of diversity in his work. It's very interesting work. It's very thoughtful, thought-provoking, and I think he's a rising star. So here's Moses Ross.
Thank you, Kay.
Moses, can you tell us a little bit about this abstract painting right here behind you?
Yes, well, these directly behind me are wood carvings using the Pi figure, this sort of graphic figure with this fedora hat, as Kay mentioned about featuring the people feeling in these times of trying economic times. You have one figure here, let me just show you, where he have a pie, sort of a piece of the pie, a piece of the economic empowerment, and he's trying to hold on to his piece, and he's just barely hanging on there. And that's what is going on right now. People are very apprehensive about the future of the economic system that's happening right now, and these works speak to that. The pie represents this economic freedom, and everybody wants to hold on to that, keep their jobs and hope that things get better. And here he's holding on to 3 pieces of pie, right? But you see that he's all contorted and everything. His legs are up, so he's really fighting very hard to hold on to his pieces of the pie. This figure has his pie, and he's like pumping his fist, saying, "Yeah, I got my piece." And over here, this figure over here, he's trying to balance his piece of the pie. So they're all talking to how things are right now in terms of how the economy is going, how people are trying to make the ends meet and better themselves and make sure that things are good. So I think this is reflective of that.
And how long you been doing these abstract paintings? From I understand you've done sculptures as well too. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, well, I've done public sculptures for the Department of Cultural Affairs. One is at the Williamsburg Daycare Center, which was a little casita, which was, they built this new daycare center there. And what used to be there was a community garden with a little house, like from Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, they have little casitas, and they people from the Caribbean recreate that feeling here. So they had to take that away, but I recreated that for the kids so they could play in this little casita, and it has tropical fruits in it, and some farmers, and there's a sun and a moon and a rooster, and so really give that feeling of the Caribbean there to the little kids, so that the spirit of what was there before, it continues to move forward and is part of the children's lives, as well as numerous other, the MTA, I did stained glass windows on Fordham Road on the number 4 line, which are these figures of clothing. There's a commercial area, and it has like a hand, which is a glove or pants or coat or different articles of clothing, and that represents those things in that commercial area. So yeah, I've done a lot of public work, and those are some of them.
What did attract you to do these abstract paintings? Did you start from when you were a kid, or was it inspired by others?
Well, yeah, when I was young, I always liked to do little drawings, and look at comic books, and so I always like to make models. All these, because I'm also architect, so that always influenced me. So I like to sort of do a lot of different creative things, and that's a part of my expression, and I bring that through especially through my artwork. I think is the most expressive part of what I do.
How can people find you or locate you? We have Facebook. We also have MySpace. Is there any way that they can locate you or email you or get in contact with you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. I don't know. Should I give my email address? Okay. It's Moses_Ross, ROS1S, @yahoo.com. If you want to send me an email. Of course, you can also contact the gallery here, Neumaa Arts Gallery. That's Neumaa is Neumaa. And so right here in the Bronx, we've got a lot going on, and we're, shooting it out to the world.
Well, you heard it right here at the Bronx at Neumaa Arts Gallery with Moses, and we'll be right back. I'm Abraham Rodriguez for Latin Impulse Magazine.